Hi there. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you found this way to our video, to our new episode. And we know that job descriptions can only say so much. So we decided to actually record a video and share a bit about what it's really like working at NECTURE. Our values are what makes NECTURE a great employer, and also sharing about one new opportunity we have within our team, which is a business intelligence lead, a new role that we are opening in our business operations team. And yes, in the next few minutes, you will hear a bit us talking about this role, what makes it special, what we're looking for, what the ideal candidate profile would look like, and then of course also why we enjoy working in NECTURE a lot. And I brought two of my colleagues with me. And before handing over to you, I also want to introduce myself briefly. I'm Anna. I'm working as head of people at NECTURE. And yes, here is Haris and Nasha. So please also introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you for having us, Anna. Glad to be here. Yeah, I'm Haris. I'm the service architect lead at NECTURE. Been working here already for a couple of years, and basically my role is to bridge the gap between the business operations team, the sales team, and also partially the product team. So it's very cross-functional, and my main goals are to work on the existing customer base, but also help in the new business segment, basically, for the company. Oh, yeah.
Great, guys. Thanks. Hello, I'm Nasha. I work as a customer success manager at NECTURE, been here just over 3 years now. My role is pretty much I sit in between NECTURE and the client, and I try to bridge or work together with the client to reach their goals. And as Harry said, also quite cross-functional, where I work with all the teams within the company, product, operations, for example, to ensure that we are fully optimized to reach those goals together.
Wonderful. Thank you for introducing yourselves. We are looking for a business intelligence analyst. Before maybe diving into what this role means and what the requirements or the tasks within this role would look like, maybe we'll just share that this role is part of our business operations team. So the two of you are also part of this team. Maybe you can just share briefly with me how you are related to this new joiner. What will be your working relationship?
That's a good question. I believe that for me personally, we will be working quite a lot together, because as I mentioned, I'm also in between our company and the potential new clients out there that we obviously want to reach and also offer our services. And since you will be basically working in the BI lead role, where you might also have to work on the data, but then also present this data to external stakeholders, such as clients. I think we will be in a lot of exchange together. So this is, I think, one part where I see us working quite a lot. Yeah.
And maybe, Nasha, sorry for shortcutting here. Maybe you can also explain to us a bit. You mentioned now this intersection of working with data, but also working hands-on with the customer. So maybe, this is also something that you are doing a lot in your role. Maybe you can also reflect a bit on how you will work together with the BI analyst and how this new role can support your job.
Yes, definitely. So as you mentioned, when it comes to my role, I work with both sides of the coin per se in this case. But from the operational perspective, I think there's room for improvement in processes, which I think the BI lead could really help with in this case. I think once those processes are improved based on your knowledge and experience, we could also access certain things that we haven't so far to better the product and the services we offer to clients. And from the client perspective, business intelligence is, I feel, super important in terms of KPIs, how we show value to the clients of our service. So there's a lot of room for I would say your views and your experience to come in and shape how we do that. So I think we will be working very closely together. So super excited about that.
Cool. And you said improving processes. Because I assume that our audience would wonder now what kind of processes we're talking about. What is an example of a day-to-day process that you are working with, or what is something where you're looking for improvement or change?
One concrete example that comes to my mind is, and now I have to maybe dive a little bit deeper into our day-to-day work, but we have certain incentives in place where we reach our street crowd community, which is part of our value chain, basically. And this is, as of now, very manual. And even though it's also driven a little bit by data, but also a lot driven by, let's call it gut feeling. I think it's important that the BI lead is gonna, jump into the deep end and really try to data back all the decisions that go into the direction of incentivizing our street crowd community in the right way at the right time with the best outcome, basically. Yeah, that's a concrete example I can think of.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And if you reflect now on, okay, what person are we looking for and what would be an ideal candidate to actually fill this role? What are some of the requirements that you have or some of the wishes that you have that this person brings to our team?
I think a prerequisite here is someone who's confident and able to handle the data that we have and use that and create a strategy for the business intelligence for the company as a whole and the processes and how we reflect the data to clients. Also, I feel like someone who's also confident in handling different functions within the role. So cross-functional work is really important to us. If you remember, we spoke, the both of us, about how we work with other teams. I think that's something that is important in this role as well. In terms of that, something that goes hand in hand is that not everyone is confident about data and understands the specifics of data. So to be able to explain data after analyzing it in a way that's not so technical, that's, I think, also important in terms of both internal and external stakeholders. I would say that's kind of the idea that I would go for there.
Yeah, I can build upon that because we are also looking for someone who's, yes, the data part is obviously very important, as I already mentioned, because we will be also talking a lot about to external stakeholders. And a lot of those people are not really technical or experienced in, let's say, data analysis and stuff like that. So we really need somebody who's a storyteller who can really take this content, which is very technical, and then make something that is tangible to all sorts of other people and other roles. And then in the end address the important key points and then also sell basically the data. I think this is also very important. Just also a small point that I just came to my mind is because the lead part in this role for me means also that this person, that might be you, is going to promote also a data-driven culture in the company. Because for us, leadership does not necessarily only mean leading people, but also leading ideas and initiatives. So we really need somebody who, takes charge in the end.
While also being a people leader, the BI analyst would also lead our operations team. So yes, we're definitely also looking for some personality traits and somebody who is inspiring and motivating leader for the rest of the team. And I fully agree with both of your points mentioned. And I was thinking now in terms of personality and mindset, if I can add on what you already said. And I think what comes to my mind is really this part of, we are a young company. We're working in a very dynamic environment. We are a team of around 30 people. And we always look for people who are not afraid to also work outside of the clearly defined list of responsibilities, who are, you mentioned the aspect of cross-functional working, so are really open to collaborating, to exchanging ideas with others, working in international environment, where English is the working language. And yeah, we're also happy to have some fun on the way. I think this is also an important element. And maybe talking about having some fun on the way, Haris, I'll ask you first. I mean, maybe can you share what is something that you particularly like about working at NECTURE, about being in your particular role? And why would you suggest that applying to this role makes sense?
First and foremost, we are a startup. And I think this is something that is already for itself just fun to work in. So there, as you said, there's a lot of flexibility on our side. We believe in outcome and not in how to necessarily get there, but everybody has a lot of freedom in our company to really work on whatever, we believe will work or will reach the outcome that is needed. This is one thing, but obviously on the fun part, we also have a lot of fun outside of the work schedule. A lot of after work events gatherings, and bigger events on a yearly basis, which just makes it even more fun to work in this team and connect also on a personal level.
Anything to add, Nasha?
Sure, yes. I think, Haris, you mentioned an important point in terms of freedom. I think it's something that I find really cool here at NECTURE. That is, you're not discouraged to make mistakes or to fail. That's, I feel like, super cool, because everyone has the opportunity to try things out, to have your own ideas and implement them. And if you fail, you basically learn from it and you grow as a person, which is also one of our mottos of the company. So this is actually encouraged, because you find out things that you might think that might not work, but in the end it does, or maybe it doesn't, but you grow from it in the end. So that's super cool. In addition to that, when we talk about cross-functional teams, it's important that you have the same goal as everyone else, and you have the ability or the understanding to see beyond just that process that you're working on. So I feel like as a team, the whole company, they are focused on certain things as a goal, and people work together really well and understand each other quite a lot when you're trying to work through things. That's something quite rare in my experience, and we have that here. So I feel like those things make the culture here really great to work with.
I fully agree. I was reflecting a bit what I would answer, and I think I agree with all of the points that you already said. I think this flexibility comes in you can feel it through different elements, and I think also the combination of time and location flexibility is a really nice benefit that we have. So we're not tied to our Vienna-based office. We can work remotely. We can work from home with a high degree of flexibility, and also are really empowered. I feel very empowered to. You said it's more outcome oriented rather than defining clearly the how. And I feel empowered to set my goals and to understand my day and to structure my workload myself. And I think here you have a lot of freedom to really decide what makes most sense. And yes, we sometimes fail, or there are mistakes that happen on the way, but this is also just natural. And I also appreciate how we learn from them as a team, and how we always try to improve and make things better. To summarize our thoughts a bit, what would you say is the main purpose of this role?
Okay. Trying to put it maybe in 1 or 2 sentences. I think the purpose of this role is to yet again have somebody in a cross-functional role who is able to yet again bridge the gap between a lot of different departments or functions in our company, which we already mentioned. It's on the one hand the data itself, but then there's also the process side and the optimization and improvement. And then there's also the outside world, the external stakeholders that we want to reach and also
To convince of sorts.
not convince, but
Get on board. I would summarize it perhaps, or try to make it short, but basically for me, it's someone who can leverage the data that we have to create a strategy themselves and drive it in order to firstly improve processes internally and also to drive business cases and to use that information to form a strategy and make better decisions at a higher level, I would say. So,
Wonderfully put. Thank you. And I think a nice addition is that you will work with 2 of the most wonderful colleagues that our team has to offer. And this is definitely a nice advantage. Cool. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching this series. Yeah, if this role sounds interesting to you and if you want to learn more, feel free to reach out to me, to the team, to connect with us on LinkedIn or through different channels. If you're not really sure yet, also reach out to us. We're happy to have conversations and to get to know you. And yeah, thank you to the 2 of you and thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.
thank you.